Harry and Meghan's top secret talks to beg William, "We want to come back." Tanking popularity, money problems, and shunned by Hollywood. Plan to split time between London and LA. Meghan wants Archie and Lilibet to have English accents. Beg to rent an apartment at Kensington Palace. As Meghan Markle hit up a local farmer's market close to their $14.7 million Montecito, California home that she shares with Harry and their invisible children Archie and Lilibet, Meghan looked like your typical wealthy suburban mother. She was dressed in a tan maxi dress and a white linen button-down shirt, and the 40-something-year-old stopped to sample some honey, and then she got some fresh pink and white flowers before she headed off with one of her dogs and a bodyguard there at her side. On the surface, it might look like Harry and Meghan are adapting to their new life in the US pretty well, but according to a source who spoke with Star, behind closed doors, the couple has reached their breaking point, as their popularity continues to crash, and a number of failed ventures has left them feeling stressed about money. They have become increasingly desperate to make their way back into the royal fold. The source reports Harry and Meghan have secretly reached out to Harry's brother, Prince William, to discuss the possibility of returning to the royal family. The source went on to say this is something they both want very much. A source claims, though, that Prince William is cautious about working with his estranged brother again, but he feels they owe it to Britain to try to get along. Harry and Meghan had those big dreams of conquering Hollywood when they walked away from their royal duties back in early 2020. But after making a splash with that horrible TV interview in which they really attacked Harry's family, they have failed to do much more than just repeat their original story time and time again. Now, Meghan recognizes that a return to the royal fold might be career-saving at this point. The insider notes it could put a new spin on their brand. It could help her and Harry to carry on their work informing others on how to make this a better world. And the source claims that another upside would be that Meghan thinks it would be lovely for her children to have English accents. And they certainly could use the boost. We're not going to deny that. In June, Spotify decided to cancel their $20 million deal with the pair's production company Archwell Audio. And then apparently their $100 million Netflix deal is hanging on by a thread, partially due to the current writer's strike. The source reports the Spotify cancellation was bad enough. Now that their Netflix deal is in jeopardy, Harry and Meghan are freaking out about their finances. The fact is, their star power has failed them. The Sussexes aren't very popular in the US, according to The Insider. Whatever they do is constantly being ridiculed and misinterpreted. For example, in May, people had a field day making fun of them for claiming they had been involved in a near-catastrophic car chase for more than 2 hours with the paparazzi after an event they were at in New York City. Later on, the NYPD declined to pursue any additional investigation. And there are some new reports claiming that their attempts to win favor with President Joe Biden and his wife Jill have definitely fallen flat. Afraid of upsetting the real royals, apparently the First Family rejected their request to ride home from the late Queen's funeral on Air Force One, and Jill also declined an invitation to Harry's Invictus Games that April. The Insider says Harry and Meghan had wonderful plans for Archwell, but they just haven't materialized the way they expected. They want to recharge their global brand and make a real difference in the world, and they need something that will make them look relevant again. Of course, Meghan and Harry were stripped of their HRH titles by the late Queen, and as they entered into top-secret negotiations, the future king is trying to think about the big picture. William wants to put his feud with Harry behind them for the sake of the monarchy, according to this insider. However, he is driving a hard bargain when it comes to his little brother's hopes to split his time between London and LA. He will agree to let Harry come back, but not as a part-time royal. The source goes on to say, he says it wouldn't be fair to the other working members of the royal family, and that if Harry expects to get back on the royal payroll, he'll have to make a clean break from his life in the US. And backing him at the bargaining table would be his lovely wife, Catherine, says the insider. She's privately counseling William to be firm and to not compromise his integrity. And then, for his part, Harry is wanting some assurance that his and Meghan's complaints about how the royal family treated her, which she claims left her feeling suicidal, have been taken seriously. They accuse the royals of racism and stand by that claim, says the insider. They think implicit bias training would be a good thing for the royal family to invest in. But William, on the other hand, continues to insist the royal family is not racist. Harry's also insisting that they should be able to hold on to their Montecito home. Harry doesn't want to become a prisoner of the palace, explains the insider. He and Meghan want to keep a sense of balance in their lives and their mental health intact. But still, reportedly, the two of them are willing to give up some points for the newly cost conscious royal family. He and Meghan are offering to rent an apartment at Kensington Palace and furnish it themselves, says the insider. He hopes that will please William and show that they're serious about coming back. I mean, poor old Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, he only lives an hour away and he's never gotten to meet his grandchildren. He hasn't even met Harry. I don't believe they're going to be given an apartment. They didn't pay rent on Frogmore and then they got kicked out. So why would they think they deserve to get whatever it is they're wanting? Let's remember they were evicted from Frogmore. Non payment of rent would mean that Charles didn't have anything to do with it. He doesn't even own Frogmore Cottage. Now, apparently, Eugenie and her little family have moved in. And if you look at all her exes, well, it seems like they have done just fine. I've got a feeling, though, that Harry might be the exception. Can you imagine how enraged Meghan would be, though, if Harry decides to run away with Marcus? Meghan knows good and well that she's got full control of Harry through sex and ego and whatever she's put into that brain of his. At this point, she has got him so controlled that she doesn't even need to be there physically. She can make sure that his thoughts, his actions, and his replies meet her agenda. It doesn't really matter what the cost is. And when it comes to Meghan's acting career, well, the thing is, you cannot beat a dead horse. But again, I guess Harry's already done that. I would guess there is more than enough footage of Harry roasting chicken and making waffles and all that other stuff available at Soho House. More than enough to keep him on a very tight leash indeed. Now, I refuse to read Spare, but the excerpts I have read let me know that Harry didn't write that. I mean, Harry doesn't know how to use that kind of language. There are some very big words that Harry wouldn't have the first clue about. And I understand that he didn't actually write it, but he had a ghostwriter. I think that he's just trying to make him look like less of an idiot than he really is. If the two of them could just lay low, and if they could actually live the quiet, private life they said that they wanted, then no one would even remember them. But they wanted the celebrity life. They wanted to see their names in the headlines all the time so that everybody could know where they are. I mean, bragging about your kills, what an idiotic thing to do. I just can't even understand why he did that. So if they need security, well, that's their own fault. It's not fair for them to expect other people to pay, though, just because they want to be able to say all kinds of nonsense. Let's remember, even the Taliban cannot be bothered. They knew that he was safely in a bunker and that he was not intelligent enough to kill anybody. Harry just likes to brag. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments section. If you preferred our video today, don't be afraid to like and share it with anyone else who needs it.